Morning. Welcome to River's Edge Homestead. This morning I'm showing you one of the forest gardens. This is an annual forest garden, which I only cultivate once in the spring. We take the rototiller through it, we plant it, and then we let it go for the summer. Mostly because we can't maintain all the gardens. In this case, we're not always out here to maintain the garden, so we just let it grow. Now, this garden would have been planted with beans and potatoes. As you can see, this is kind of the potato area and bean area. You'll see them poking up through the weeds. Potatoes flourish out here. You just kind of leave them alone and they do their thing, and they really like it out here and they will grow high. There's something in here. I don't know what it is. Might not have flourished, might not have grown. The stinging nettle might have taken it out. I'm really not sure. I see something's gone to seed. So that might be carrots and stuff that have just gone right to seed. These are two sunflowers that just kind of popped up on their own, not deliberately planted, but hey, that's part of this type of gardening. Things grow that you don't expect to grow. There is some lettuce back there. I don't know if you can see it. Some purple lettuce kind of popped its head up. This, I believe, is rutabaga. My climbing peas didn't do so well this year. They are producing a bit, but I would have thought they would have done better, but they didn't do a whole lot. A couple plants are flourishing, and we have some vine type plants. I can't remember what they are at the top of my head. And we have tomatoes. And for some reason, tomatoes here love to flourish. You just kind of leave them alone. These were our tomatoes that we kind of looked like the weakest plants. We put them out here, and for some reason, they just flourished. And I'm not sure why, whether it's because there's maybe the stinging nettle really helps them grow. I don't know. Now, the other neat part about this garden, because it's a forest garden, we try to promote environmentally friendly or environmental impact garden. Now, in this case, the stinging nettle is full of bees, and that's great to see. The pollinators are out, the bees are happy. We're providing food for the bees. It's great. This whole garden right now is full of bees. Everywhere I look, it's bees. So I won't go in right now. So I don't want to get stung. I don't want to upset them. I'm just going to let them do their thing. But as far as an ecological garden, it's doing its thing. We're providing both food for us. We're providing food for the bees, and probably the deer are in here too sometimes. But it's an interesting garden. It's been a good experiment this year. Now at the end of the year, because we're on such crappy soil, I just harvest and I won't pull any of the weeds or anything. I'll just rototill them right back in. And people will say, well, you're going to create more weeds. Yes, you do. But in the case, I'm just trying to get whatever stuff I can get back into the ground to rot to create some sort of compost to make this soil even more viable. So at some point, this garden may become more of an attentive garden in terms of we may weed it more or we may cultivate it more. But I really like to see the bees. They're just busy in there, busy bees. Hey, and we're providing for them, so it's good. I'm really pleased with how this garden is performing. Anyway, you have a good morning, and again, this is Rivers Edge Homestead in northwestern Ontario.